Hello, I would like to call the East Point Community School Board of Education meeting to order at 6:31. Can you please call the roll? Here.
Mr. Williams here. Mr. Roscoe.
Present.
Mrs. Richardson.
Present.
Mrs. Chopa.
Here.
Mrs. Whitby.
Here.
And Mr. McCain.
Here.
Yep. Okay, thank you. Can we please have the pledge of allegiance? Led by Dan.
I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you so much, Dan. Okay, can I please I need to make a correction to the agenda. Item number 6, we're removing.
We're just taking it out?
Yeah, it's doubled on there,
Oh, okay.
so we're just removing it. Okay, can I please have a motion to approve the agenda with the necessary correction?
So moved. Support.
With this approval and support by Ian and Robert, can you please call the vote?
Mr. McCain.
Yes.
Mr. Roscoe.
Yes.
Dr. Early.
Yes.
Mr. Williams, yes. Mrs. Richardson.
Yes.
Mrs. Chopa.
Yes.
And Mrs. Whitby.
Yes.
Okay, with a vote of 7-0, motion carried. Can you please have approval of the consent agenda?
Support.
Okay, with a motion by Ian and support by Robin, can you please call the vote? Robert?
Mr. McCain.
Yes.
Mr. Roscoe.
Yes.
Dr. Early.
Yes.
Mr. Williams, yes. Mrs. Richardson.
Yes.
Mrs. Chopa.
Yes.
And Mrs. Whitby.
Yes.
Okay, with a motion of with a vote of 7-0, motion carried. Next, we have Superintendent's Report, item number 7.
Yes, please. Thank you, Board President Early. I'd like to take this moment and recognize one of our new hires is in the audience this evening, Heather Rogers. You have just approved as the Human Resource Generalist. This will round out our Human Resources Office. Heather has been a secretary here with East Point Community Schools, serving at Forest Park for 3 years. And prior to that, her affiliation with this organization runs deep. She is an alumnus of East Detroit High School, and we're very happy to have her join the central office team. So if the board would please join me in welcoming Heather Rogers this evening. Thanks so much. All right, well, welcome, Heather. Board President, thank you for the opportunity this evening to talk a little bit more about some of the great things happening in East Point Community Schools. As this board knows, our theme for the year is We Are East Point Community Schools, and we're gonna be focusing on celebrating some Teachers of the Year. Annually, we have an opportunity to celebrate 3 teachers as part of the Chamber of Commerce's Salute to Excellence Dinner. This year, we will be celebrating East Point Early Learning Center teacher Donna Tabacini, Crescentwood first grade teacher Angie Mole were both nominated. 2 years ago, we started doing nominations across the district instead of just from administrators. And it was awesome to see other staff nominating their peers. And then we have another Teacher of the Year is here in the audience. Janet Beiersdorf-Hufnagel is our East Point High School Teacher of the Year, as well as senior student Azari Herring. All 4 of these individuals will be celebrated at the Chamber's Salute to Excellence. I hope that this board and any members of our community or other schools, colleagues of these staff members, would please consider joining us at the Salute to Excellence dinner. If you need information about the Salute to Excellence dinner, you can check out the Chamber's website or reach out to the Office of the Superintendent, and we will make sure that you get a link to register for the event. Speed scratch cooking. As this board and the community know, we have a focus on health and well-being here at East Point Community Schools. And our food service director, Amy Cirillo, has been really trying to live into that with the cooks and our food service staff. The training was provided earlier in the start of the school year to teach our cooks how to create quick meals that are healthy and nutritious. And so this week, some of our cooks have dished up some great foods. These are some homemade pizzas with a pre-made whole wheat dough that the staff put together. Today, they were cooking some beautiful homemade grilled cheese. And this is a switch from pre-packaged, pre-prepared foods to our food service staff taking the time to do more cooking. And they're finding that it is not as labor intensive as you think it is, that you can make great food quickly with far fewer preservatives. So we're very happy to see some of our wellness initiatives being followed through in our kitchens. And then on the left there, you see some of our great ladies serving up food and smiles at East Point Middle School. So shout out to all of our food service staff who do such a great job. Senior Sunrise, our class of 2026, began the school year by gathering at Sunrise last week to start off and kick off the year. And we're anticipating that they will sunset at the conclusion of the year. Paula Cardinale is the senior class advisor, and these are some of the activities that seniors have requested. iReady Diagnostics, the board knows, you've approved curriculum. This year we did sunset our NWEA testing for our K-5 students, and instead students are taking iReady assessments. iReady is an approved MDE diagnostic, and what the iReady assessments do is it helps to define the individual pathways that children will get in math instruction, and it also helps the teachers learn more about the students that they're teaching and how much they will grow in 1 year. So we are excited to see those results. Athletic updates coming in. We have our football schedule here. A few notable events for the board to take and for our community is that Staff Appreciation Night will be October 3rd. All staff and their families will get into the game free of charge. Our homecoming game is October 18th. That is a Saturday, 1 o'clock. We will be hosting Clawson for homecoming. And then our senior night will be October 25th. We are also partnering with the Gators, and that's the Boys and Girls Club Gators. So Gator Night will be September 26th. So I hope the board and or the community will choose to come out and support your local East Point Shamrocks. Congratulations to our volleyball team who is victorious over the Lincoln Abes last week. So we have volleyball and football in full swing, and I hope the board will come on out and support some of those events. This week, we've got a number of activities happening. We've got JV volleyball at Madison. Varsity football this Friday night is away at Southlake. And then we've got some cross-country running happening tomorrow at the Mac Blue Jamboree. Crescentwood traffic proposal. As part of our bond 2023, we had scheduled some parking lot repairs. And another necessary improvement is that if you've been to Crescentwood, you know that Crescentwood Avenue, Beechwood, ends at our school at Crescentwood, and it does create a very big traffic challenge for the volume of parents dropping off kids in automobiles. We have met with the city of Warren and begun talking about how the traffic flow can flow out of Crescentwood and out onto Eastwood. Our school of Crescentwood does live in the city of Warren. Myself and the engineers and architects have gone and met with the city of Warren. Our next step will be to host a public hearing, and we have offered to do that at Crescent Woods to allow those neighbors who live on Eastwood to come and learn more about the pathway and traffic flow shifts that we are hoping to accomplish this summer in construction. So here is an example of what it would look like. Only the bus traffic would be able to come in and enter the loop here to drop off at the school. And we are proposing that inbound traffic into Crescentwood would come down Eastwood, would flow through a 2-lane drop-off, one for parking and dropping and one for continuing to move and flow through traffic. We are also looking at expanding that parking to offer more parking spaces. We're very limited in parking at Crescentwood. Again, these buildings were built at a time when we had a lot of walkers to our schools, and now we see a significant number of more parent drop-offs happening. So this is part of construction we are looking at for summer 2023. This evening, the board does have a approval for some playground repairs. This is part of a larger playground plan that has the school district improving and or replacing some equipment this summer. Some of the repairs that we will be making now will be swing seats, hangers, and chains on some of our playgrounds, as well as replacing parts and making existing repairs. We will be looking at removing some aging equipment at the ELC. And then as part of that parking playground planning, the architects are beginning to work in designing which elements we will keep of our playgrounds and where we need to use our bond money to improve and enhance those playgrounds. We've done a significant amount of work inside our elementary schools, and our last phase of our bond 2023 will have that work shifting to the outside and adding some new features and elements to some of our playgrounds. So tonight's vote will be about repairing existing playgrounds, but just know that some of it is annual maintenance repairs and some is more structural repairs to make those playgrounds even better for long-term play and usage. But we will still be looking at adding some elements. So the designers will go around and start meeting with principals and give them a few options and choices as they look at what will be staying and what we will shift. Upcoming events, September 10th is East Point Middle School's open house. September 17th is East Point High School's curriculum night. September 18th are the elementary curriculum nights. September 22nd, there is no school. It is a staff professional learning day. And then as I shared earlier, September 26th will be our first home varsity volleyball game versus Sterling Heights. We will be playing those games at Memorial Field. And that concludes the superintendent's update this evening.
Thank you, Superintendent. Next, we have our first hearing of the public, opening at 6:44. Is there anybody who wishes to be heard? Okay, seeing none, seeing hearing of the public closed 6:44. Okay, our first discussion item is finance, the recommendation for approval of the playground repairs for Crescentwood, Pleasant View, Belleville, and the Early Learning Center.
As I just shared, Board President, we have some necessary repairs that need to be made to our playgrounds, as well as some replacements of some elements that have aged out with use, and we're looking to replace to continue to have great school playgrounds for our students and our community.
I make a motion to approve the playground repairs. Seconded.
Okay. Sorry. We have a motion from Shelley, a second from Ms. Whitby, to approve the recommendations for the East Point Community Schools repairs from all the schools. Can you call the vote?
Mrs. Chopra,
Yes.
Mrs. Whitby,
Yes.
Dr. Early,
Yes.
Mr. Williams, yes, Mr. Roscoe,
Yes.
Mr. McCain,
Yes.
and Mrs. Richardson.
Yes.
Okay, with a motion, vote of 7-0, motion carries. Next, we have our second hearing of the public, open at 6:45. Is there anybody who wishes to be heard? Seeing none, we're going to close it at 6:45. Okay, next we have trustee comments. I want to start with Mrs. Richardson because she was unable to be here on last week to talk about the conference. And so I wanted you to give us some insight about the conference, things that you learned, things you've seen, want to change, that type of stuff.
Okay, thank you, Madam President. The conference in Lansing was very enlightenment for me. It was I took a lot of the classes that I had not taken earlier. One particular class, I believe, is 363, but it was talking about the limits and the terms in which the superintendents and people were shocked because they said it started like 2.5 years, 2.7, and then it went all the way up to 4.5, and because there was a lot of switching going around. One of the things that I'm most important about is the fact that it stated that we need to make sure that our brown children are being represented when they come to the schools. I believe that this district, when the first or second child began to come in, they should have immediately start bringing in more, because it's very important for our brown children to come in and recognize what they see at home and in their neighborhoods and their communities. I'm not putting anyone down, but this is 2025, 2026, and we need to start. I look at the pictures that's put up, and I look for, and I don't see. And it's very important that we begin to change and start adding more of the people that our children are recognized with. This board for East Point, MISD, I am with initials, but I think someone need to mention it to that as well, because when I was a teacher, I came to this district in Clinton Township. I could sub, but they never allowed me to come into the classroom, and I think it's about time we need to do that. Parents, I'm very, very excited because I took the time to go to 3 open house in our district, 3 schools. And I so much enjoyed the excitement, the teachers, the students. I even had some free ice cream. And I was very, very excited because as I was talking to one of the principals, a young mother came up and asked, did the school have a PTA? Now, I know they done changed the name, but she asked, and the principal says no. And so she appointed herself. She said, well, I'm going to be in here, and I'm going to do something about that. And that I was elated that a young parent loved her child so much that she wants to follow that child all the way through elementary school. And parents, I asked you, you should know your principal, you should know your child's teacher, you should know number that you have to call, you should know where they have gym, you should know the lunchroom, you should be in there making sure you know about your child's school, because, and listen to them when they come home, at least 30 minutes. In 30 minutes, listen to them as they go over their day and tell you everything that's going on, and act excited. Be excited for them because it helps them. One more point. Parents, if your child is going into middle school and high school, please know they need you just as much as they did when they were in kindergarten. They need you there. They need you to be a part of what's going on in their life. And that is your treasure. Those are your jewels. You should always know what's going on with them. And if you do so, my heart would be so glad, because we're trying to make this a good school year for these children. And you are exceptional. You are a big part of that. And I congratulate those of you that got out this time to start and bring your babies to school. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Richardson. Mrs. Whitby.
I'd like to say welcome to Heather, and congratulations. And thank you, Madam President. Good talking, Sister Richard. And that's it.
Mr. Williams.
Thank you, Madam President. Thank you, Board, and thank you, community. Thank you, Ms. Richardson, for that inspiring message. I like to piggyback off of that because that's very important, but I also want to remind everyone, too, that mental health is real, and Mrs. Richardson expounded on the fact that we have to listen to our kids. We have to recognize and notice the changes, the differences when they come home in their actions and different things like that. So let's just, we're going to have a great school year. We're not going to try, we're going to, and it's going to get better and better by the day. So just, parents, peek in on your children, take note of what's going on, and let's enjoy this 2025-26 school year. Thank you.
Thank you. McCain.
Good evening, Board. One second here. I just wanted to let you all know, a little bit of an aside from Board, but the city is hosting two open houses on September 23rd from 5 to 7 p.m. and on September 24th from 6 to 8 p.m., both across the street at LFA. And these are an opportunity to share your insight, to guide the rewrite of the city's master plan, as well as create an economic development strategy. Back to the Board and district, congratulations to Our Lady Shamrocks volleyball team. Welcome new hires to ECS. And then before I give my closing quote, Board President, I was wondering if I could read part of the response to the recently passed State House budget that MASB and some of our affiliate organizations had put together. Okay. And I'm not going to read the whole response, just the beginning, and then Don Watruba, who's the executive director of MASB. Yeah. So, education leaders, Republicans should go back to the drawing board, stop stealing from students in state budget. House proposal is a $2 billion loss to K through 12 schools, and this is out of Lansing. Michigan House Republicans unveiled a $54.6 billion general fund budget yesterday. When combined with their $21.9 million education budget proposed earlier this summer, state education leaders are urging lawmakers to go back to the negotiating table to ensure the final budget puts the future of Michigan students first. School boards have been forced to approve budgets and make staffing and academic programming decisions based on a House and Senate that have wildly different budgets, said Michigan Association of School Boards Executive Director Don Watruba. We live in a highly polarized political environment, but our schools are counting on our lawmakers and the governor to put their differences aside and do what's right for Michigan's kids. We need a budget that gives our students the resources they need, and we need it now. I also want to commend some of the ISD superintendents that put together a really powerful statement as well. Unfortunately, for some reason, the Detroit News is not letting me pull it up tonight, but I'd encourage you to go and check that out as well, including one of the folks that signed on to that was our own Mike DeVault of the MISD. And with that, my closing quote for today is, never doubt that a small group of thoughtful, committed citizens can change the world. Indeed, it's the only thing that ever has. And that's from Margaret Mead. Thank you.
Mrs. Chopra.
Okay. I want to welcome all of our East Point new hires, students and parents back to school. And I want to call attention to the new programs and services offered by our district and hope that our students and parents take full advantage of those opportunities. I also want to remind our East Point teens, parents, teachers, and youth leaders that the VFW offers programs for scholarships. Please reach out to your local VFW, or you can find the information at vfw.org.
Thank you. Mr. Roscoe. Yeah, you.
That's me. I don't have much to say this evening, but our children are so important. And I want to just pick back off of the dais here that start talking with your children. I mean, it's so important to hear what they're doing in their little world. I know we work and we go from here to there, but they have something they want to say. And if, just to listen to them speak or what's on their heart, it speaks volumes. in how you are raising your children and communicating with your children. We say we don't want them on cell phones and things of that nature, but if you just start talking with them a little bit, start interacting in their world just for a little bit, then that speaks volumes. I want to welcome Heather to the world, our world here. It's going to be a journey. Put your seatbelt on, but it's going to be a great one. I mean, I am so excited. Where there was uncertainty, be certain that this board and myself, we love all our children, our parents and teachers, and come on and sit with us for a while. Let's have a conversation on how we're going to make a great year in 2026. Thank you, Madam President.
Thank you, Mr. Roscoe. I just really want to say, I'm asking our parents and our teachers and everybody, please call the legislature about our budget. It is so hard for us to carry a monthly budget without knowing what our state budget is going to be. It's really hard for us to make sure that our teachers continue to get the things that they need, the pay they need, the benefits they need without that budget. And they're already trying to take it away, as you heard Mr. McCain say. And so I'm just asking, if everybody made one phone call, that impact would impact it greatly, because the more articles I read and the more meetings I go to in Lansing, it's not that they don't want to do the budget, is they're not getting any response that they're not doing the budget. They're not hearing from people to say, I'm going to do it, we need to do it. They're not getting that, and that's what they need. They need some people on their back saying, we need a budget for our children, because we do. And then my last comment is, I really want to say congratulations to Ms. Hufnagel. Like, she deserves it. The work that she has put in for this district is amazing. And so congratulations. We really appreciate everything you do for our high school. And with that being said, meeting adjourned at 6:58.
All right.